Hi, this is Kai from Kikai Crafts, and we are going to unbox yet another Mont Blanc. Yes, it is a new pen day. So currently this will be my 5th Mont Blanc. My first one that sort of opened the can of worms for me is the Montblanc Meisterstruck 144. Now this is in the Vermeil Burgundy model. It is a dual model, which means the cap is in this vermeil material, which is silver plated with gold, and it has a burgundy resin body. They call this a precious resin. It's a snap cap, and you see that it is a 14 karat nib. This is in medium. Medium. Although when I went to the Mont Blanc boutique at Plaza Sinayan, hello to the people there, they have confirmed that it is a broad nib. So I don't know. I got this from a vintage shop. Now another Mont Blanc that I have is the Mont Blanc Bohème in lacquer pearl. Now the most interesting thing with this one is its safety nib, or what they call their retractable nib. And I love this pen. The third Mont Blanc that I have in my collection, and this is in order of their height or their length, is the Mont Blanc jewelry platinum. Okay, now this has a screw cap, right? But what I do really love about this one is that the material is in platinum, right? The whole pen is in platinum, and it has the motilé was this pattern on it. Okay, so my fourth Mont Blanc is the newest one. This is the Mont Blanc Rouge et Noir Baby in ivory, and this one has no clip. It's also fatter than the other two pens. Now, just to give you an idea of when these were released, this one was first produced, well, this model was first produced in 1980, and it was discontinued in 2004. This particular one, this model, the Bohème, was first released in 1999. This lacquer pearl was released in 2005, but the Bohème model was discontinued in 2015. And then you have your Mont Blanc Mozart jewelry in platinum. This one was released in 2012, September 2012, if I'm not mistaken. It had two other variants, if you may call them that, and I got the platinum one. And this one is the youngest. This one was released in 2022, that's just last year, with the Rouge et Noir collection, and this was supposed to pay homage to the older baby versions of Mont Blanc. And so today we are going to go somewhere in between. This particular one was released in 2011, sometime in May, and this is the Mont Blanc Tribute to Mont Blanc the Mountain. All right, and this particular one, as I mentioned, was released in 2011. This is another Mozart, because I kind of like the size of Mozarts. This is a Mozart Mont Blanc. All right, now just for those of you who are still a little bit confused about how to write Mont Blanc, the pen is just one word, Mont Blanc, and Mont Blanc the mountain, which it wants to refer itself to, has two words, Mont Blanc. All right, or mountain of white, I suppose. All right, so let's go ahead and unbox the Tribute to Mont Blanc Mozart. So it comes in this white box with a nice sort of silhouette of the Mont Blanc. Okay, and when you open it up, okay, so it has the sleeve, and it comes in this quite nice box. It's a very white box. And it has the silver silhouette of Mont Blanc sort of embossed, like silver embossed in it, and it says there Meisterstruck, tribute to the Mont Blanc. Okay, so let me check. Anything else? Nothing else in the box. All right, so let's go ahead and open the box. When you open it, you will have your pen. Now, before we dive into the pen, let's just have a look at the box. So again, please be mindful that this was released in 2011, so the white isn't so white anymore. What else is in the box? When you remove the false bottom, you will see a literature, like a book about it, and it talks a little bit about the pen. So we're going to read it together because it sort of gives you an idea of what this homage to the symbolic mountain, the Mont Blanc, is all about. So this collection is inspired by the summit and the 6 glaciers of Mont Blanc. The emblem of the Mont Blanc company has stood for commitment to masterful perfection and the finest European craftsmanship manifested for over 100 years. The tribute to the Mont Blanc collection is a fascinating homage to Europe's highest mountain and at the same time an expression of Mont Blanc's commitment to protect and preserve the natural beauty and uniqueness of the Mont Blanc Massif. The writing instruments of this collection pay tribute to Europe's highest mountain with their snow white surface, and the snow white surface is supposed to reference to this lacquer body that it has. And it says here the precious lacquer is delicate. Oops, you can't see it. Okay, let's move this a bit. The precious lacquer is delicate. Please handle the writing instrument carefully. Okay, and let's continue. The Mont Blanc emblem, right there, it's on the finial, sculpted from snow quartz. So there we go. And a fine engraving of the Mont Blanc Massif on the forepart, which I will show you in a while. For the Meisterstück Le Grand and Meisterstück Classique, platinum plated fittings and a 750 gold nib make a striking impact. The smaller variants of the Mont Blanc, this one, Meisterstück homage to Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, bear the elegant decorations of a red gold plated fittings. That's why the color is like a rose gold, and rings, as well as the 750 gold nib. The brilliant white of the eternal snow on the summit of Mont Blanc was the inspiration for elegant writing instrument pouches, which it has, made of fine leather, which are a commitment to timeless aesthetics and lasting craftsmanship. So just to give you an idea of what else is in the collection, let's scoot you out a bit. So it has 2 different colors. So this brochure is in different languages. So it has this as well. So it just gives you an idea of what's in the collection. All right, so there we have it. Now I'll show you this in a bit, but that part where it says it has mountains, right, it has mountains on the section, sort of engraved on the section of the pen. Okay, so there we go. Okay, and do note that here they don't have just the name, they also have how tall the mountains are. Okay, now what else is in the box? Of course, it has the service guide and it has your receipt and nothing else. Okay, so let's move this aside. Oops. Okay, and continue with the pen. All right, so this is the Mozart model, same as my jewelry platinum. So you can see they're the same height and they have the same structure. Okay, there we go. The difference though would be, well, obviously so many differences, but one notable one is that on the finial, the Mozart jewelry has mother of pearl, and the Mozart tribute to Mont Blanc has a snowy quartz on the finial for the emblem. Okay, so let's put it aside. What else is notable about this pen? Okay, so apart from what you see in its finial, which is the snowy quartz on the emblem. You also see that it has a lacquered white body and cap, and the fittings, all right, are all, let me scoot you out just a little bit, okay, are all in rose gold, or as they call it, like a red gold. Okay, it's a screw cap, all right, and you see the nib right there. And I want to scoot you in because I do want to show you something. Okay, so you see, right, it's the usual nib that you find, but if you check the section, it's quite interesting because it has an engraving. I'm gonna try and show you. Okay, not sure if you can see it clearly, but you will see the names of the mountains and their height. Okay, which makes for quite an interesting section. Okay, there we go. Okay, so yeah, I thought that was quite an interesting what's this, detail. Okay, and then when you unscrew the barrel, you will find that this is yet another cartridge fountain pen, and it has the demonstration cartridge to go with it. So what I'm going to do right now is I am going to clean it as always, and then I'm going to put in a Mont Blanc cartridge for it. Well, to be honest, I'm not sure if I'm just gonna use this ink and have a dip test, or if I'm gonna fill it in. We'll find out after I clean it up. All right, see you in a bit. All right, so I've decided I'm just gonna do a dip test for now, and I want to see how it writes with you so that I can make a better decision on whether or not I really want to put a cartridge on it. So I'm going to be using the Mont Blanc Midnight Blue, okay, because I really like the color on this particular ink. Okay, let's open it up and try the pen. So again, this is in medium. Okay. All right. So apparently it's a little easy to stain, but we'll see. Okay, let's dip it. Okay, so a Mont Blanc in medium. So let's go ahead. Okay, did I not put enough? I did. There we go. All right. So writing with a Mont Blanc is a very smooth experience. It doesn't have the feedback that you might notice in a Joe nib or a Sailor. Okay, so my penmanship, that's what I'm trying to explain here. So this is the Mozart, and this is in the tribute to. You can hear a little bit, but you don't feel it. Tribute to Mont Blanc, or tribute to the Mont Blanc. I find that this particular medium looks almost like a fine, actually. All right, let's put in that this is a medium. So it's quite nice. I'm kind of glad too that it writes more like a fine. What do I mean? Just to show you, this is a Mont Blanc in fine, as you can see there. Okay, and let's write with it. So this one is the Mont Blanc Jewelry Platinum in fine. And as you can see, it's almost the same, although I can sort of see that this is a little bit finer. But if we use, say, the Mont Blanc medium. Okay, let's not use that because you can't see I took out the sticker. Okay, so this one is a Mont Blanc medium. Okay, so let's see how this Mont Blanc medium looks like. This is on the Bohème. All right, let's move this up. Okay, so you see, this is quite a thick and wet writer. Lacquer pearl in medium. And if I compare it, it's much thicker than the Mozart medium that we are writing with. See that? All right, let's just draw lines. So this is the Bohème. Okay. Oops. And this is the Mont Blanc, tribute to Mont Blanc. And this is the jewelry. Okay, so oops, I don't know if you can really see, but this, yes, it is fine, but this medium is finer than this medium, and it's not as wet as the Bohème medium. Now, just another point of comparison, you'll need to take my word for it, or you can check my review, which I will leave a card up there for. Okay, this is also in medium, so let's try this one. Okay, if we can have it work. Okay, there we go. See, it's quite a thick medium, but this feels like a thinner one. Huh. I'm a little bit excited because the medium sometimes feels a little bit too thick for me. And so to have a thinner medium feels good. Huh. Okay. All right, so there we have it. The Mont Blanc Mozart tribute to the Mont Blanc. Okay, with rose gold trim and a white lacquer body. Let's scoot you out now so you see it just a bit better. Okay, there we go. All right, and I'm glad to welcome this 5th Mont Blanc into the collection. This is Kai from Kikay Craft. If you are a beginner like me and you would like to sort of explore pens and inks with me, come and subscribe so you see, oops, my latest videos. And if you like this particular one, please do leave it a like. And as always, have a great day or a restful evening. Bye everyone.